People just pray. We make God like this genie. You just ask him what you want. You want to be healed. You want this. You want that. You want a new car. You want all of these things, and he will get it done. No, right, y'all, man. Welcome back to the Daily Thinker. If this is your first time here, make sure that like and subscribe button and join your boy. We are almost at 3,000 subs. Okay, 3,000. Thanks to you guys. But anyway, help us get to 3,000. Help your boy out. Okay, it's not that easy. It's free. Hit that sub button. But anyway, okay, enough of that playing. Now, let's get into another one of these Jude 3 season 2 episodes, Why I Don't Go. And let's see why they saying why they don't go to church. This is very, very interesting. And it's kind of important to like listen to these conversations. I'm glad that she's giving them this platform to just talk and just express how they feel and why they don't go to church. So we can really know why people don't go to church. It's good to know. Because most of the time you just shun them. Be like, hey, you don't go to church. Forget you. But let's see why people don't go to church. It's extremely important to see that.
To denominations and all of that. Some you'll find it, and others finding the resources. You know, you start asking questions that should trigger, you know, this is a red flag, or maybe there's something else, or they're seeking help. They need help. Sometimes you don't get it. You get told to pray. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that sucks. That really does suck. When somebody says you're going through something and somebody says, hey, you know what, man, just pray. It'll be all right, just pray. They don't even want to listen. Like in your first 2 sentences, yeah, bro, you know what, man, it's just been so, hey, bro, you know what, pray. Ask the Lord, do you trust the Lord? Do you even have faith? If you have faith, you wouldn't even be talking to me. You'll be talking to God right now. Like, that's not a good approach, man. That's not a good approach, just to shun people off and say, just pray, which really means I don't know, but you don't really want to say I don't know. Or sometimes it's like, I don't really care when you say, hey, just pray. That's the cultural context in America. When somebody say, hey, just pray. Like, just pray. Like, they don't even want to just pray. That what they might be saying. I might be wrong, but I think, and I this is me, for example, if I tell somebody, hey, you know what? Yeah, just pray. Yeah, I really like, okay, I don't care. And the next day I'm not praying for them. I'm not, even thinking about the conversation no more. Or thinking about if things got better. So just pray it can be an excuse. It can be an excuse. It can be a way out. It can be a conversation ender. Especially, it can be a relationship ender as well.
So, no, my church, the church that I grew up in, not the church plant. I feel like the church plant, they answered my questions more than the church I was in for my whole childhood. But there, no, we could not ask any questions. I am in graduate school and I'm studying.
Oh, that sucks too. You can ask any questions. Like, this is not a good approach. This is not a good approach at all in the church if you can't even ask questions. That's a red flag. Okay, we see the memes going around, all of that, talking about green flag, red flag. If you go to church and you ask them such and such, you ask a question and they say, hey, don't ask that question. A red flag. That is a red. I don't have any red flags on me, but that is a red flag, folks. If somebody says, try to ask you a question, you say, hey, you know what? Nah, don't ask. We don't ask questions here. Okay. You just do what I say. Okay. Like, just imagine if you was at work and your boss said, you ask your boss a question. Hey, don't ask me a question. Just do what I say. How long you think you're going to be working there? I know I won't be working there long. I'll be out of there as soon as I can.
I'm studying mental health. So when I brought that up to the church, it was a lot of, ain't nothing wrong with them kids. They don't need this. They don't need to go see it. They need to pray. They need to put them down on the altar. And so if this is my path.
Okay, yeah, like, this is not just a church thing. This is a cultural American thing, probably. I'm saying this American thing because, you know what, I haven't been traveling all over the world and been in all these different churches in all these other countries to see if this is an actual thing. That's why I'm saying it's an American thing, especially in the Black community. We see this thing about this bad stigma around mental health, not just the Black community. Let me say that again. All communities, most of these communities in general, Like we just start to see a shift in the last 8 or 10, not even 10 years, probably 5 or 6 years. We've seen the shift of people saying, hey, mental health is a real issue, and they're actually having real conversations. So when you're in church and somebody says, hey, you know what, they're struggling with this mental health or blah, 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 and you tell them, hey, you know what, just pray. We're going to bring them to the altar. We're going to pray on them. We're going to lay hands on them. We're going to pray. Okay, that's just their way of responding versus somebody that's in the world, that's not in the church. They'll be like, hey, man up. Stop crying. Stop. Life sucks. Okay, get with it or get lost. Like just it's going to get better. They don't really try to address mental health issues. Like people just started trying to address mental health issues. This is a new thing. It's a new thing. So let's not just blame the church on mental health, okay, because they didn't respond to mental health the right way. People in general did not respond to mental health the right way. This is not just a church thing. So I feel like we can't blame the church for this one, because this is just a cultural American thing, probably, that we just shun mental health. But just in the past few years, it's starting to get accepted and people are starting to actually listen. And my bulb not on. Turn on. Like, why you not on? Anyway, let me press play.
This is my passion. I want to study mental health. But then they have you saying that I need to pray for my clients. I'm like, this doesn't work. But
okay, prayer does work. Okay, prayer does work, but you can take extra steps. Okay. It's good to talk to somebody. It's actually good to get things done. But I'm sure it's a million stories out there of people saying that they had prayed for this certain mental health issue and it went away. Like, I'm not just saying just pray. You actually need to put effort in and make some changes. But prayer does work. Okay, prayer definitely does work. And I'm not saying Jesus is this genie in a bottle, because that's the type of version that we get. And that's what we get when we tell people just pray. We make God like this genie. You just ask him what you want. You want to be healed. You want this. You want that. You want a new car. You want all of these things, and he will get it done. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Don't worry about it. God's gonna take care of it. Genie God, like, no, that's not the God of the Bible. That is not the God of Israel. That's not the God of the Bible. He's not a genie. We do not just ask somebody who is so holy, so righteous, so perfect, who made us, to just do anything that we want and we will have it done like that. He is not our genie. And this is coming from genie culture. Okay, you just put culture behind anything and this might sound good. But anyway, enough of the plan.
a lot of the times, those were the questions that I asked, and I never got an answer, or it was pray for them. So no, we couldn't ask questions.